Hello world, Geriatric Geek here. How in the heck are you? I hope you're doing great. I'm doing great. Today is a beautiful day as of the recording of this video. It is July the 18th, 2021, Sunday. Yeah. We're going to talk Goodwill. That's right. Today we're talking Goodwill only. I finally made it out to a couple of my Goodwills and not bad, not bad. The crowds are still crazy. The people are still rude, and they rush and elbow you and all kinds of stuff. So, little story, little side story, real quick. The main store I go to has a huge wall of movies, and more than almost every time I go there, there's this husband and wife team of flippers. I'm not against flipping. I understand that's their job. That's what they do. They've got these little, but my problem with them is how they go about their scanning. They have their little devices on their phones and with the thing in their ear that they can just scan, and it tells them whether it's worth their time or not. These people scan each and every. One starts on one end, one starts on the other, and they move together. But that's not the worst part. They bring their basket and they put their basket in front of the movies. So I can't get in there. Nobody else can get in there. They're in there and they're scanning one movie at a time. One movie. They don't even read it. They don't, these folks are not collectors. They're flippers. Boom. Throw it in the basket. Throw it in the basket. Just drives me crazy. I guess, I guess it's okay for them to do what they do, and that's fine. But geez, move your baskets out of the way so other folks can get in there and look. Just a little courtesy would be great. Be nice to people. That's So what do? Yeah, I move the basket for them generally, and say, hey, that's my basket. I said, hey, I need to get into the movies too. It's the way it works here. So anyway. This guy is going on and on and on, scanning, and his wife's scanning, and we're all jostling in there trying to get our looks. And I got lucky. Generally speaking, I picked up probably 8 or 10 movies that I wanted, and I was just about to leave, and I saw on the corner of my. You know what? If you guys have a chance, make friends with the folks that run your Goodwills. Out of the corner of my eye, I see a buddy of mine that I've made friends with over the years. He says, hey, Geriatric Geek, how are you doing? I said, good. So I went over and was talking to him. And he said, I got a big old basket full of movies coming out here in just a few minutes if you want to wait. I said, sure. Sure enough, he brought out a big old basket, and I was able to pick up 1, 2, 3, it looks like about 6 or 7 brand new factory sealed horror movies that those folks didn't get a shot at. So shout out to my friend at Goodwill here in North Las Vegas. Thank you. I know he watches sometimes, so thank you so much for the heads up, and I do appreciate your kindness. So let's get on with this. Let you guys I'll show you what I picked up. A lot of the well, not a lot. Some of this stuff is I have already, and I gotten for family members, so I'll tell you about that as we get through it. First up, something I did not have by IFC Midnight. Asmodixia it's called. I believe this is a Spanish film. It's 81 minutes long from 2014. It's not rated. It's a thriller, and it gets middle of the road reviews. I believe it's an exorcism film. I do like exorcism films. Yeah. Let me see what it says here. Eloy de Palma is an exorcist pastor roaming the darkest corners of the country with his granddaughter Alba. Their mission is to help those possessed by the evil one, an infection of the soul that is spreading fast among the most vulnerable members of society, children, mental patients, and drug addicts. With a mysterious cult also following their every move, their battles are becoming increasingly difficult, and each exorcism reveals a piece of young Alba's forgotten past, an enigma that, if unconcealed, could change the world as we know it. A white-knuckle suspense ride. Asmodexia is a fresh new twist on the exorcism formula and a thoroughly chilling film that will haunt you long after the final frame. So I'm excited to check this one out. If you guys have seen any of these, let me know in the comments and about what you thought about the film. I would appreciate it. Asmodexia. That's a creepy looking cover too. All right. Next up, as you can tell, that was used, and I go on Wednesdays when seniors get, I'm a senior. Seniors get half off, generally speaking, and I had a coupon, so most of these turned out to be about $1.25 a piece, so I was real happy about that. This looks like it used to be an old library copy. It's got Judd Nelson and Lance Henriksen in Lost Voyage. Lost Voyage, R-rated, 96 minutes from 2001. This was a made-for-TV movie, I do believe, and it gets middle-of-the-road reviews also. Aaron Roberts, Judd Nelson, has built an obsession around unexplained occurrences in the Bermuda Triangle. One of the triangle's most intriguing victims, the cruise ship Corona Queen, suddenly emerges after a disappearance of more than 25 years. After learning of the ship's reappearance, his curiosity gets the best of him. Regardless of strange supernatural warnings, he joins a terrifying paranormal exploration with Dana Elway, Janet Gunn, and David Shaw, Lance Henriksen, and a team of scientists in the hope of uncovering the mysterious phenomenon. Once on board, the Corona Queen seems to come alive as they face horrifying unearthly forces. All right. A possessed ship, maybe? Looked interesting. What the heck? Now, this is one that I have already and have seen all of these movies. Some I like better than others, but you'll see here in a minute. I picked this up for a family member. Wrong Turn, 1 through 6. This compilation was released in 2017, I do believe. For me, I like the first one best, and then I like the reboot that they actually did in 2021 called Wrong Turn. Let me know down below what your favorite ones are. This, of course, 1 through 6 are cannibal flicks, and it takes place where I was born and raised, West Virginia hills, up in them mountains. Cannibal flicks, yes. In the remake, the one that just came out in 2021, there are no cannibals. Spoiler alert. Wrong Turn, 1 to 6. So glad to pick this up. All the discs are in perfect shape. So amazing as it seems, I got this for like $1.50, I believe. Next up, movie I've also seen and picked up for a relative of mine that's really getting into horror, which I'm really happy about. It's Pumpkinhead. Yeah, old Pumpkinhead. R-rated, 86 minutes from 1988. I kind of picked this one up because it's the collector's edition. I wanted to watch the special features first, and then I'll let her have this. R-rated, 86 minutes, 19. Yeah, said that. It's a revenge film, really. Guy creates a monster to get revenge. One of his kids was, I don't know, accidentally, but was killed. So he wants to take a little revenge, and he creates this monster, Pumpkinhead. Evocative and compelling, a chiller with a terrific monster. Indeed, I like the monster. Carve into the core of one of the most vivid, stylish, atmospheric thrillers of all time. With commentary and 6 pulpy behind-the-scenes featurettes, you'll learn how some of the diabolical effects were created, and you'll even get inside the mind of the creators of this freakishly frightening film. When a group of rambunctious teenagers inadvertently kill his only son, Ed Harley, Lance Henriksen, who was just in the Lost Voyage movie. Lance Henriksen seeks the magic of a backwoods witch to bring the child back, but instead she invokes the Pumpkinhead, a monstrously clawed and fanged demon which, once reborn, answers only to Ed's bloodlust. But as the invincible creature wreaks its slow, unspeakable tortures on the teens, Ed confronts a horrifying secret about his connection to the beast and realizes that he must find a way to stop its deadly mission before he becomes one with it forever. I enjoyed this film myself. Pumpkinhead gets really good reviews. If you haven't seen it, I definitely recommend this one. So I want to watch the special features. Next up is another really good movie that I've seen with Bill Paxton and Matthew McConaughey in Frailty. Frailty, R-rated, 2001, 99 minutes. It's a thriller, gets really good reviews. It's all about a religious fanatic, I do believe. It's been a while since I've seen this one, at least probably early 2000s, so over 20 years ago. Years after terrorizing a small Texas community, the God's Hand killer has returned, leaving in his wake a perplexing trail of fear and death. Convinced that he knows the killer's identity, Fenton Meeks shows up at FBI headquarters intent on putting an end to the murderous rampage and relieving his conscience of his family's sinister secrets. A bunch of special features on there also. That's pretty cool. I want to watch the special features. I have seen this movie, like I said, years ago. If you've seen it, let me know what you thought, if you enjoyed it. Next up, Ray Winstone, Ben Kingsley, one of my favorites in Sexy Beast. Sexy Beast from 2000, R-rated, 89 minutes. It's a thriller. It gets really good reviews. Kingsley basically plays a great gangster in this movie. It's a gangster movie. It's what it is. Ben Kingsley is unforgettably menacing as the anti-Gandhi, delivering the best performance ever in this high-voltage film that crackles with style and wit. When sociopathic gangster Don Logan Kingsley tries to recruit an ex-partner in crime for a high-stakes heist back in London, the retired criminal refuses, favoring the legit life after serving a prison term. But Logan won't take no for an answer. Tension hits the fever pitch as this battle of wills plays out in a story that is as funny as it is terrifying. I like Ben Kingsley. I thought, what the heck, this looks like an interesting flick. So for like $1.25 or something, I'll beer myself that. All right, this one is one of those multi-packs with some of them has Vincent Price, Karen Black, Christopher Lee, James Earl Jones, 15 films. Horror, do not watch alone. Horror, do not watch alone. I think a lot of these are public domain, but excuse me. Classic horror movies starring the genre's greatest actors in their most chilling and memorable roles. Do not watch alone. Night of the Living Dead. I've seen that one many times. Love it. House on the Haunted Hill. That has Vincent Price. That's 1959. Carnival of Souls with Candace Hilgoss, 1962. I Bury the Living. The Undertaker and His Pals, The Ghost, Dominique is Dead, Bloody Pit of Horror, Nightmare Castle, Dimension 13, that's a pretty good one. Francis Ford Coppola directed that. Count Dracula and His Vampire Brides has Christopher Lee. The Last Man on Earth, Fangs of the Living Dead, The Pix, and Blood Tide. Karen Black is in The Pix. Prior to 1968, I don't know if you guys know this, but movies were not rated by the motion picture rating system. So they got away with some pretty good stuff. Next up, as seen on Discovery Channel, A Haunting, Ghosts and Demons. I think this is like 4 episodes, 2 discs. Some people believe that ghosts are human spirits struggling with unfinished business who sometimes need help from the living to find peace among the dead. Others believe that ghosts are inhuman spirits who use us for very different reasons, to destroy all things sacred and steal our souls. In these 4 gripping tales of the supernatural from New Dominion Pictures, a haunting series, ghosts, demons, and other lost souls torment the living. With spellbinding eyewitness accounts and cinematic reenactments, these stories will leave you wondering where the next evil lurks. So on disc 1, there's Hungry Ghosts and Demon Child, and on disc 2 is Ghost Soldier and Where Demons Dwell. I do love me some ghost stories, so glad to pick that one up. Very cheap. So I picked this one up for my family member. I actually have all 4 of these movies, but like I said, I got the Pumpkinhead 1 already, so this has Pumpkinhead 2 in it. Yeah, Pumpkinhead 2, Leprechaun. It's not a great movie, but it has Jennifer Aniston in it, and I thought it was pretty good. And Wishmaster and Wishmaster 2. Pumpkinhead 2, Blood Wings. 88 minutes long from 1994. Leprechauns from 1993, and it's 91 minutes. Wishmasters from 1997, it's 90 minutes. And Wishmaster 2, 1999, and 96 minutes. I believe they're all R-rated. Yes, all R-rated. So I was glad to get this. Glad to give this to my family member. Next up, All Hallows Eve, October 30th. Tonight is the night she awakens. October 30th, 104 minutes from 2015. Creepy clown film. Love them. Who doesn't love a creepy clown film? In these woods, people go missing. 20 years after a tyrannical maniac terrorized his family near Pearl Lake on October 30th, 1988, the so-called events of missing people begin again. Oldest son Ethan Pearl and brother Jacob intricately select a cast of stars in an attempt to produce a Pearl Lake horror film based on their traumatic childhood. While location scouting and rehearsing, the group encounters several unexpected turns and a crazy man who terrorizes them. Ethan leads Jade down a perceived path to safety, but when she continues to search for answers, she realizes this isn't an ordinary film or an ordinary director. Halloween. Love it. All right, so the rest of these are all not brand new. They're all factory sealed still. So I was really happy that my buddy turned me on to these. With Missia Barton, Rebecca De Mornay, Julianne Michelle in Apartment 1303. It's 101 minutes from 2012. It doesn't get very good reviews, but darn thing's brand new and I didn't have it, so here it is. Excuse me. Lana moves into an apartment determined to reveal the truth behind her sibling's bizarre death. What Lana finds is far more frightening and unexplainable than she had thought possible. Before she knows it, Lana gets pulled into a cycle of supernatural horror. Yay! As she struggles to escape the apartment before she becomes the next victim. Apartment 1303. Next up, brand new, factory seal. Got to give it the rub. The Diabolical. Not rated, 86 minutes from 2014. Actually gets pretty good reviews. I think from what I'm reading, it's a ghost story with twists. When a single mother and her 2 young children are tormented by an increasingly strange and intense presence in their quiet suburban home, she turns to her scientist boyfriend to take on the violent forces that paranormal experts are too frightened to face. From the producer of The Pact and The Divide, The Diabolical combines relentless supernatural suspense with a stunning sci-fi twist. The first minute is full throttle, and director Alistair Lagarde pushes the pedal through the floor from there. We'll see. Looks interesting. The Diabolical. Next up, No Kids Allowed in this tree house. 101 minutes from 2014. Gets cruddy reviews, but I couldn't pass up on it being factory sealed. When a young girl returns home from school to find her house ransacked and her young brother missing, the only clue is a mysterious figure lurking by the woods. After giving chase, the girl disappears and the town is put under curfew. But when two brothers break the rules, they unwittingly stumble across an old treehouse deep in the woods and find themselves right in the middle of an unimaginable nightmare. Inside, they find the missing girl hiding. Together, they will face a fight for survival against an unexpected and bone-chilling evil. Treehouse. Have you seen it? Let me know what you thought. Halloween, A Night in the Graveyard. Now, this is not a movie, but I believe it's kind of a bunch of creepy noises and video. So I'm just going to stick this in and check it out. I have no idea what it is, actually. What happens when you spend a night in the graveyard? Will you wake up to see the next dawn, or will you stay for a permanent vacation? Find out in this visually horrifying masterpiece. It's put up by NVD Visual. I do not believe it's a movie. Everything I could find about it says it's basically just an atmospheric, kind of a creepy walk through a graveyard kind of thing. We'll see. We shall see. Next up, also still factory sealed, The Binding. The Binding is not rated, 87 minutes long, from 2016. It's a psychological thriller. Love them. It's put out by Scream Factory. Yeah, Scream Factory put this one out. For some reason I didn't have it. It doesn't get very good reviews, but brand new factory sealed, smart, satisfying, a mature and potent film. Once upon a time, God Almighty appeared before one of the chosen and commanded that he slay his own flesh and blood. Perhaps that time has come again. Sarah is a young mother and faithful minister's wife. Her religious devotion and idyllic home life, however, are put to the ultimate test when she is forced to uncover the truth behind her husband's horrific visions. As tensions rise and secrets come to light, Sarah soon finds herself spiraling toward a terrifying choice between faith and blood. A tale of unthinkable horror is in the tradition of Rosemary's Baby. Wow, those interesting. We shall see how that holds up. Excuse me, just a minute. Voice. It's going. This one, 4 movies, 2 DVDs, AMC's Monster Fest Collection, Cult Classics Collection 1. I have seen a couple of these, but the other 2 I have not, so I thought, what the heck, for less than $1.50 I picked it up. Cult Classics Volume 1, released in 2003. It has The Atomic Brain, which I have seen. That's from 1964 and 72 minutes long. The Brain That Wouldn't Die, also I have seen, from 1963, 81 minutes long. Carnival of Souls, I have, but I've never seen it. I guess I'm going to have to finally watch that. It's from 1962 and 83 minutes. And Night Tide, which I have not seen, from 1961, 84 minutes. What really got me on this one, it has Dennis Hopper in it. A suspenseful chiller about a sailor, Dennis Hopper, on leave in California, who loves an orphan girl working as a mermaid in a seafront sideshow. His love falters when she believes she is descended from sea creatures that must kill when the moon is full. Love these classics from the early 60s. Let me know if you guys have seen any. Next up, the last of the brand new factory sealed ones, Haunting at Silver Falls. Actually gets pretty good reviews, 96 minutes from 2013. It's not rated, and evidently it's inspired by a true story. Evidently some kind of a ghost story inspired by a chilling true story. Equal parts ghost story and murder mystery. Recently orphaned teen Jordan is sent to live with her aunt and uncle in the tiny town of Silver Falls. Feeling out of sorts and living with family that doesn't understand her, Jordan befriends a local boy who tells her that the town has been plagued by a series of grisly deaths and hauntings. Local legends believe that tormented twins are responsible for the otherworldly sightings. After finding a ring at Silver Falls, Jordan herself becomes haunted by the ghosts of the twin daughters who had died brutally and whose father was condemned to death for their murders. Sounds like an interesting story. Can't wait to check this one out. A Haunting at Silver Falls. The Dead Never Forgive. All right. Let me know if you've seen that one down below in the comments. And my last pickup. I saw, I think it was Cinema Sickness picked this up the other day, one of his videos. I got lucky enough to find it in my Goodwill for like $1.50. That's right. It's the Disney parks, where dreams come true, the secrets, stories, and magic behind the scenes. I love these kind of things. Of course, yesterday was Disneyland's 66th anniversary. 1955, they opened that place up. So I was glad to have this. Basically it has Disneyland Resort behind the scenes, Ultimate Walt Disney World, and Undiscovered Disney Parks, plus 9 special extra features as a Blu-ray, a DVD, and a digital copy. It's not the digital copy we all know, it's the one that's on the disc. So don't get this expecting to get a copy on Voodoo or something. So yeah, there you go. I was real happy to get this one. I've actually already watched I watched the Disneyland Resort one yesterday. Been to Disneyland many times. Many times. How many of you folks remember Disneyland's e-tickets? E-ticket rides. That's what they used to use for their top-notch rides. You had to have an e-ticket. So there you go, guys. Let me know down below what you thought of my latest Goodwill haul. I think I did pretty good. I think I picked up some good stuff for me and for my relative that's into movies, horror movies. So again, let me know down below what you thought. If you like these kind of videos, give them a thumbs up and subscribe. Please subscribe. Let's get this old fart to 2,000 subscribers before the end of this year. What do you say? Is that possible? Of course. So you guys keep smiling, keep having fun. If you're not having fun, you're not doing it right. Keep a positive attitude about you. It helps move you right along, let me tell you. And so, until next time, you guys keep smiling. Peace.